Okay, day 45. This is part 4 of the worksheet about Fox Lake maps. Question number 34. How many hills are there in the part of Fox Lake that is north of Highway 12 but west of Highway 59? So here is the Highway 12 coming through town and Highway 59, and we want this section in between. So we got to zoom way far in, and we're looking for hilltops which are closed up circles. Here's one circle. So that's our first hill. Do you see any other circles in this section? Should see one right about there. That's 2. And 3 there. There's another one right next to it. 4. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that looks like 12 on that side. Now let's look at down here. We counted 12 above this road. I guess that's Rollins Road. Now count how many are below it and add to it. You might need to freeze the frame of your phone or laptop and count the number of circles there. Then let me move over a little bit. And again, you can freeze the frame and count the circles there. Okay, next problem, number 35. How many miles from the top of the map to the bottom? So we look down here at the scale, and we're going to copy this scale over onto a piece of paper. I draw one line at the 0 mark. Please note that the 0 mark here is in the middle of the bar, and then another line at the 1 mile mark. I'm going to use this to sketch off how many miles are on the side. So there is the 0 mark, and here's 1. Okay, you do the measurements on your own now. I'm not going to say anything. Let me scan from the bottom again. All right, next problem. Find Gavin's Central School at the bottom right portion of the map and draw its symbol. Be sure to include the tiny part of the symbol that shows that it is a school. So down here, we can see Gavin's school. Notice that it is not, hang on a second, it is not just a box with the pennant on top, but they have drawn the, try to get it here. There we go. They imagine looking down at the school from an airplane, and what shape would it have? And they try to draw it with the same kind of a thing. And then they have the triangular flag at the top. This is what it looks like. Would you please draw that for your answer to question number 36? I'll show you it on the map one more time. There it is in the middle. Okay, next one. Number 37. Estimate the elevation of the closest hill south of Stanton Middle School, just south and below Grant. So right there is Stanton. I got it centered in the school or frame there, I guess. Okay, now remember that this line that's coming by Grant is an extra thick line, and we measured that earlier to be 750. Let's see, right there it is, 750. We can follow that down, and then it comes around. This is the 750 line. We go over one, and that's the 760 line, and then the next one is 770, and then we go a half a step more than that, 775. That's the elevation of Stanton, but we want the hill that's on the south side of it. So the next line is 780, 790, and then the smallest circle here at the top of the hill is going to be 800. So the elevation of the closest hill is 800. We could estimate the very top of it to be 805, an extra half a step to get to the very tippy top of the hill. Number 38. Name a lake that is completely surrounded by marshland or swampland. So the symbol for marshlands, swamplands, is basically right there. It's blue. It looks like grass sticking out of water. So we're looking for a lake that has that all the way around. I'm going to show you several different lakes. You find the one that has that kind of icon all around it. Okay, you should have seen one of those lakes to have the swampland all around. If you didn't quite see it that time, go ahead and rewind the video and watch it again. Number 39, find the elevation of the Fox River at the Wisconsin border. So way up here, we have the dotted line showing Wisconsin and Illinois, and we want to find the elevation as close as we can of the water right there. Well, here we have a dark brown line that's labeled 750, and the contour interval is 10. So as we go down to the river, for each step we go down 10, and then we have to go down a half a step to estimate the river. So one more time, you start off at 750, go down 2.5 intervals, down to the water. Each interval is 10 feet. You do the math and write down your answer for line number 39. Lastly, number 40. In the space at the bottom of the page, draw a sketch of at least 5 main roads shown in the map. Label the names and numbers of the highways. Label the location of the towns of Fox Lake, Spring Grove, Johnsburg, and Ingleside. So let's look at the map from far away. And we can see that Highway 12 starts off on the left side of the map, about midway through, and angles to be a little bit more than halfway across the bottom. So on my piece of paper here, let's draw the rectangular outline of the map. And we have Highway 12 here. We're not going to worry about all these little jigs and jogs. We're just going to say that it goes basically like that. And with a smaller pen, I'm going to label that as Highway 12. Okay, next we have Wilmot Road, which is going from the top here, and it just angles slightly and ends up at the bottom left-hand corner. So on my little map, about like that, and I will label it Wilmot Road. Next on the big map, we have highway going pretty much straight across the top. And that is that highway right there. You can see it in the circle with red letters, red numbers. So on my little map, I'm just going to draw the line straight across. It's basically that, and then label it with the appropriate number. Next, at the bottom, we have Highway 59. So on my map over here, and then we have Rollins Road. Drawing that here. See how that matches up. So we're going to label this 59 and Rollins. And lastly, we have another red and white highway right there. That's Grand Avenue. So there we have 5 major roads. Next, we need to label Spring Grove. That is over here. I'll just label that SG. Down here is Johnsburg. This was Fox Lake. And then Ingleside is down there. And that is the end of the packet. Please make sure that your name's on the packet and hand it to your teacher.